Numra la vede tu rubi tu shilo ko tu shilo bene makandere be boba. Nine mena marbe te ko tu mera bata shakata na beke to ko tumbi wara makata yana makato ko tumba mama kanene meke to shobera bekatere sia ne beda. Una mena mara kata ta sulu mena mera be shakata sirko to beke tere beke to ko chul mera bekata shakato mera makata ne me anno mudu bala bede bede ko shule bekata la se ko to chipitala ba. Ni mena kana na bakata ka to ko chul mara kine se ko to shule mera bata tumna mera chila bara chule bara ko shubara bara. Şükür bekle kadar şükür bak kadar şükür bekle kadar bak kadar kucu bara bara şükür silahlar şükür besile kadar be çıkar ni mala mala kadar gumra mala mala de kadar ma bekle bak kadar una mala mala bak kadar bara çana ni mala gitana bak kadar bara to şunu bara bara de bara ni mala mala bara 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 ni me sere kadar kadar şunu kol mala kadar kadar şunu bekle bak şunu bara şunu bekle bara şunu bara Coba kada baru cukup bara kasih kada bayar bayar şunu kubah kada kada baru şunu kada bekle şunu tuh apa kada lama kada nak şunu kusil bekle talam mana şunu şunu kol bara Ini mene kushlo mene bekete da kaç kutor ga bekete da baktara kushlo be. Ini mena mane chile kushlo bekete da ba. Ini me kala kushlo kushlo kotoro mi achara kushlo kotoro shera bakatara kushlo kotoro shera be tere kushlo kotoro barat chiba. Kuno mana mana be shirka tara kuno mo shule katara kushlo kotoro kontuno bakatoro kushlo bara makachara kato kushlo kotoro mere bekete kushlo bekete da bakatara kushlo bere chikoro bara. Kuno mana mana shkata kushlo kotoro shkitar makata kushlo bekete kushlo kotoro makatara kushlo kotoro kontuno makachara. Kina mana makatera kan ko to umra makatera kan kushkoro gola bakatera katara kushlo kotar beketara ba kuno mana makatera katano ko chucho kono bakana tikene marake kuno mana makatana kandara kanda chikana makaton kumbara ba kuno mene beketere kuchuru makandana ketera makandana kono kuchuru kono mene beketere shegere makana beketero kono mene bakatera kushlo kotor beketere kataro mene beketere kushlo batar bagara ba kuno mana makatera kushkara ba to shekere makatera katano beketero kushlo gola bakasere betara bayina makatere mo kuno ma mi makan drak chugo mara sigare ko nu mara kataro kuna mara kata shikana makata chigare ka to churo ko to bek tro me kitara sigare mira ka to chumara batar nu mara bada kusko mara ka sigare makata sigare ko ba sigare ba churo ko sile ka to shula ba kan kuna mara makata ka churo ko to no shila kam dere ke to go bara nu mara me chekere ka shuro me re ka sigi shuro su ba gara ba katara shula be ka to ro bi ba ka de ba katara ma Uno mana mana shkatara bakatara shkitero kushuro sigare bekatara kushuro kushigare bekatara kitara miro uno mana ira kandara kuno mana mana kata kandano kudur bakatara shuro go bank tamara kitere to chun bara bekitane bekito uri bakatara bekato shu bara ba ne mana makatana kutun bang da kato tum bang ne bara kutum bang da bakatoro mambra kutun mera makatara bato chumbara bakata ira ba kuno mana mana kantare katonu mang de kachan kuno kusulo gono bakatara baka Uno mana made kata katoro kumna ba katare katoro kuno bana katare ke churo usul ko mere ke tere shiketoro mi gare makatare katare katoro me jebe ke chire ke toro ba kana be keta na mana gana kana kine gare kuno mana ba pana mana be ke tere kunna bara shike mere ke or ma kana la kana hera ke toro mana me ya kumra ma kana ma katare kana no ma ni mina ni me ke to iba kuma ba kana sahaya siru sobe to shu mina be ke tere uru ba Mana ni mereka tera mereka ko toro mereka tera katoro mana kan sekarang mereka toro mana mereka tera kutu mana mereka tamu kuno mana mina kan tera kuno mana kan sekarang uban mana kuno mana makatan ya kan tera ni mereka kan umur mereka tera ma ni mereka anda kan tera kuno mira mana kan sekarang mira anda di ketu shulu mira pada betul kodo mira ma kuno mana mereka kan tera kontoro shuk mira anda mereka tera katoro uang mana mereka tera begi selu kutu bala ke tera begi toro ma Ni mana mana bekere bara koturo mana beto ko shbara katara barin de bekere wi bra ni mana mate mi atono mara bakana ni mena matu tu ibara baya ni mana mana ketal mi da kanuro mana seme anno mandu de utumba ni mena me andene ke to no manda se anne de katoro tocho si la mere to show tu mara kanna ye de to isala mati andre ko to show mana bora ni mana mi kandara ina kanuro ko turu biya ma ina mana kandara ya ta shale la kan Uno mami da batu. Uno ani me kadara mata no tu bang. Tu mura mi da kan nai tu chu no mai thi dam de bu wam dam de bem dam de tu no ban dam bom bom ban de ba de ba dam dam. Ni me ami da su mura ba tu mura ba tar ba. Kono an sira ka. Tu mura sara ka ta sho du be. Kri an de ke ta yi ta. Sko da so to sho ba yi ta de ke to ru wa. Ina mi ra ni ta tam chu dam de tam chan da yi de ta chen chun dam ban do ba dam ru tu ro mam bam da ro ro mam dan dan dam ram dam dam bam be re dum dam dam ta kura mana be ke to shu ba ba ta ba to shu de ba It is June 11, 2016, 9:18 p.m. I have been watching, listening to Dr. Carmen Butler, The Pyramid Code, Ancient Wisdom and Modern Science series. And I was up to number 5, and I've been watching it and listening to it from all this time because whoever reason Spirit has me listening to her and whoever's interviewing her, and there are codes and information that is coming through from me. And she mentions the Nile River right away. Something just sipped right through me, because I always talk about the Nile River, how the Nile River is flowing through each and every one of us, and it is. That's where the abundance lies. And when she speaks about the gold and all the things, because I know, I can feel, and I remember, it's in my memory. It's in my memory very strongly that there are things underneath those pyramids, and every single pyramid, the ones that are ancient pyramids, there is all kinds of information down there. There's stuff that has to deal with the planetary systems. There's information to do with the divine feminine. There's information to do with the planets. There's information to do with us. There's a lot of data that's down there. I look at it like when we watch the Terminator, and they found that old building. I think it was Terminator number 3. And it was an old place or whatever. And they had those old computers. And once it started to be activated, things started to go in motion. So what's being activated? It's already been activated already since the new moon, when I felt the pyramids being activated anyway from Egypt, because I'm tied to that part. That pyramid in Egypt, I'm tied very strongly to, and it's already activated and things are opening up more. Whatever Carmen has been doing as far as her research, I was not awakened to knowing myself who I was as Nefertiti at that time. So nothing happens before the time. So I was led to her information, obviously, because the pyramids are open, and she's writing about the series to do the pyramid code, and then she's going into the Atlantis codes, the new Atlantis, because, it makes a lot of sense that the new Atlantis is what's coming into the energies now, because the golden age is returning, and I play a very strong role as far as that is concerned. And, I could see how those energies are trying to hold things back, trying, that's the key word, because the golden age is returning. And I was feeling so low again today, and I didn't know why, and I said, it's always something to do with the physical things of the world. And I tell you this, you're going to love this. What's been shown to me from my memory is that we are the gold. The gold is in our skin. The gold elements are in our skin. That's why we wear jewelry. When I talk about jewelry and the elements of the jewelry, it's what balances between ourselves. And so when the Nile River comes and it flows and gets to those pyramids, then what happens is something starts to rise up, you see? And that's a part of the alchemy. It's like there's things that start to rise up within us in the connection that we have from the higher level of consciousness. And the gold and the silver is what leads us in the higher realms too, as well. That's what helps to keep the balance. I'm remembering more and more. I already knew that. It was already within me. I've been operating like that already with the jewelry and all the things that keeps us in balance, you see. So I already know that. But more than half the world have been taught not to do this and not to do that, not to say this and not to believe that, because you think that your way of reaching to God is through the Bible, and you think that your way of reaching to God is going down on your knees, and your way to God is based on your ancestral belief system, and thinking that's the only way. I tell you this, that is not the way. And of course, throughout history, we've been taught that because weren't to remember yourselves, to where you come from. And so this happened, of course, in the physical embodiment. And so if you remember yourself while you're in the physical body, as you allow yourself to be open up to the truth, you will remember. You will remember. What you think is a worship is not something to be worshipped. It's a remembering who you are, and remembering your divinity and where you come from, who you are, what makes you up. You are of the earth. You are of the soil and the earth, everything. There isn't anything that belongs to anyone. So in those countries that are trying to block the truth from coming out, I rebuke you, because guess what? The truth is coming out, because the truth is setting us all free. There are those whose minds are turned off from hearing and knowing the truth too, And of course, it comes forth from the mass media. But I tell you this, that we are, and I am the mass media. And so this information is going to come forth, and it's going to continue. And I'm looking forward to working in collaboration with Dr. Carmen Butler and all this stuff that she's gathered up, because whatever information she has triggered me to the information that I have. And the information that I have will trigger her into what she remembers too, because she was one of my high priestess in the temples. I have a lot of high priestess who worked with me in understanding this and how it works. We all agreed at the time that we would be coming together. You know, we're all gathered here. As I've always said before, we're gathered here in holy matrimony. Holy cow. You know, how holy this comes. This is what's holier than thou. As we all come together, gathered, and, you know, a lot of twins are coming to reunion. I tell you this, it is happening. It is getting stronger and stronger. And so the summer solstice is going to play a very major role in this, because that is when it is the time of the year when the Nile River is at its highest peak, because the sun is also shining the longest. And of course, the rivers become overflowed and everything, whichever way you understand where I'm coming from. I may not say it specifically and exactly the way that everyone says it, but I see the whole picture. I get the whole picture. And that's the reason why a lot of twins are coming into reunion around that time frame, you see, because of the fact that the Nile River will be in an overflow. And this is, of course, for those who are aligned within themselves, you know, because if you're not aligned and you're kind of off of the frequency band, it's going to be a little bit harder for you to come into balance, because this is about coming into balance with yourselves. Very important to come into balance with yourself. If you're a bit off emotionally, or you're a bit off because you're being rigid and hard, you know, which includes being hard on yourself and hard on others, and really not allowing yourself to be open with wisdom and understanding and faith, then it'll be a lot harder for you to understand and feel the frequencies that are coming in to assist you. So the frequencies are coming to assist based on the pyramids that are now awakened and being open. And for those countries that are trying to stop them from, you know, for things to happen, nothing will be stopped now. It is continuous, and the other planetary systems are assisting. As a matter of fact, I am getting that the planetary systems that are aligning during the full moon, they're exercising control over the pyramids and what's being activated. So whatever society may deem that they may try to do or propose that they're doing, it cannot be stopped. It will not be stopped. And so I am very much in Dr. Carmen Bolter's corner, 1000%. And she will get assistance the way that she is supposed to, and will be, just as much as I do. And I can see how much collaboration is going to take place. And there's more and more who will be collaborating with me, because, you know, this is a coming together, not a pulling apart. There will be no more separation of any kind. We are the gold, ladies and gentlemen. We are the aspects of gold. The gold minerals and everything is what comes through from us, from our bodies. We are the minerals of the soil. We make up everything in existence to what is. Every single thing. Did you know that? Well, you know, it was pulled out of your memory just for a bit, and now it's back. So communicate with one another, including the gold and the silver and the minerals of the earth. That's why Mother Earth wants us to keep grounding ourselves to the earth, because that is whence we came from. What do you think formed your body? All the different aspects of your bodies. Even the star is made out of elements, isn't it? All the elements of the earth is what makes you. No one can take away from you from what by right is yours. And that includes your consciousness. But it's for you to remember who you are, what you're made up of. Who are you? Do you remember? Do you know? Do you have any idea? This goes deeper than what you could ever think of. And what have I always spoken about going deep? We got to go deep. We got to go down into the earth. We got to go down into the ground, into the dark. So that way we can pull ourselves back up again, and we bring ourselves back alchemically. You see? How? With everything. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, patience, power. What power? Power that's been given to you. How? From the very beginning of time. That's how. Don't be a dummy. Don't be ignorant now. I talk about the ignorancy. You go below that, you become a dummy. Everyone is still fussing over all these elections still not getting how much you're giving away your power. The power that's been invested in you has been through God, the Almighty God, the all there is. Who do you think God is? We are the one that make up the people, and we're the ones that hold the true power. Not a single person. Why would you allow one single person to make decisions for you, you foolish people? Rise above that and remember who you are. You are the all of everything. You are the light and the sun, the stars, the dark of the moon. The moon that shines in the dark. The everything. The elements of the earth. Wisdom and knowledge brought together gives you power. All you need to do is remember and to speak it, to know it, to remember. That's what gives you power. What do you think created the power and the light? Wasn't it elements as well? Wasn't it the elements of the earth that make light and power? So think about that. If you were made and you're created as a star in the sky, on heaven and on earth, what makes you not remember that you're the one that makes things happen? That's the power that's invested in you. Why do you think you get all charged up? What do you think they call that? Power. What do you think gives you that motivation and that drive? You, the elements of the earth. It is you that makes things happen. When you bring it all together now, what happens? It becomes combustible. Isn't that why we have meteors, meteorites? And you have all these cosmic laws. So we have all the cosmic laws, the natural laws, the universal laws. You think it's the laws of man that what makes things happen? No. It's all of the laws that makes things happen. We are experiencing heaven on earth and earth in heaven. As above, so below. We are the earth. We are the sun, the moon, and the stars. We make up everything. When you think about it, in the cosmos, it's a gravitational pull, isn't it? There's things that pull us together and things that pull us apart so we can come together. And then we're pulled apart and we come together again. How do you think that happens? Do you think it's based on your body? Do you think it's based on your thoughts? Do you think it's based on your mind? Do you think it's based on your consciousness? Do you think it's just natural to be that way? How about all of the above? I say so. I believe so. I know so. So the Nile River is coming forth energetically, physically. That was brought on to the earth on purpose. That is how Egypt was so wealthy. But because the corruption of the world started during that time of Atlantis and Lemuria and goody countries, it wasn't just Egypt, Things existed the way they were from beforehand. You just don't know because it wasn't written. Or it was written, but it's not been exposed. Do you think that all the data that you have already is all that exists? Don't be foolish now. Think about it. There's more things on heaven, they say, so that saying goes again, than Horatio. More than you can ever possibly imagine. It's time to go beyond what you think you know and go into your imagination. The things that you think may not exist actually do exist. What you think you know, you may not know. Or maybe what you think you know, you may not understand. Or you may not understand because you don't know. So it's time for you to know. Time for you to remember. That's right. So the Nile River is now starting to create an overflow. And that is happening through those who are on their path. The abundance, the wealth is returning. I always said that in my other segments. I said that the Nile River is the key to everything that rises. We're all rising. Those, of course, who are connecting, of course. But we're rising and connecting together, bringing back the abundance of the planet, the abundance that by right is with ours. People say, well, where did this come from? And where did the gold come from? And where did that come from? And this come from? And that come from? Well, it started from the cosmos. And so what's coming forth is the abundance of the minerals of the earth, the abundance of us coming together, the abundance of love, peace, You see, the minerals of the earth is what creates the balance within each and every one of us. And the reason is because we came from the cosmos. We came from the stars. We are the stars. And that's what helps us to stay balanced in the physical body. Whenever we are lacking of anything, right, it's because there's minerals that are deficient in the bodies. And as we bring that together with the body, the mind, and the soul together, that's what makes us function. That's what brings on the abundance, bringing it all together. So, of course, there's those who try to stop it, by limiting what we have access to, And that's the reason why the way how the new earth is coming along is that what did I say before? What's going to count? Money is not going to count, the physical paper. No, it's going to be the gold and the silver. That's right. That's what's going to count. That's what's going to be flourishing more on the earth. That's right. I remember. It's not the paper money, because paper money did not exist in the beginning of time during Atlantis. And so we, the people, ourselves, those who are remembering, as we bring back the gold within ourselves, then the gold starts to come forth through the earth because it becomes an attraction. It's like a magnet, magnet to steel. That's what it becomes. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? It sure does. But like I said, there's no stopping any of this, because it's all coming forth, whether you like it or not. Imagine that you can pluck, or not money, excuse me, I'm using the incorrect word, the gold just starts to come right off of your skin. What are they going to do? Stop you with that? It's amazing how the power that the governments of the world are trying so hard to suppress, that they will not be able to suppress it any longer. Like I said before, I'm back. I'm back on the planet. Big time. I'm remembering more and more and more. Thankful to higher self guiding me, and spiritual guides that are guiding me. And because I listen and I remember, it is so powerful and it's so invigorating. It is. All the fussing and fighting over this and that and all these things, when you didn't realize that you're your own natural resource. Why do you think the body is made up of water, minerals, all these things? But what do you think is the key thing to how we're able to live, how we're able to stay alive in the physical body? What do you think? I'll tell you. Love. Love brings us back to life. Love becomes invigorating, and it's a frequency. So imagine that we have all this together with all the minerals, how everything becomes so golden, and you start to shine so bright. Oh yeah, that's very exciting. Your body and your skin starts to look young again, and you start to feel it. It's inner and outer. It's a process, And so the removal of the old stuff is necessary in order for you to claim yourself. Like when you put in some paperwork to claim the gold and the silver, people are fussing over what and who belongs and what belongs to what. No one owns anything. We all have all rights to everything. The lands, the trees, the water. It's a natural resource that was given to us by the Almighty God to all there is. So changes are coming. There is no stopping. There will be no fussing and fighting over what belongs to who, because there will be plenty and enough to go around. For those who are not in agreement, they just won't be around to enjoy it, to see what it's like, to feel what it's like. This is what brings peace, because there's enough of everything to go around. Where do you think you come from? Who do you think you are? What right do you think you have? You have all right to love. No one should tell you who to love and when to love and how to love. There's no condition placed on that. And this is a part of balancing. Balancing out the self, balancing out with each other. so we can bring on more and more truth. The truth is what becomes beautiful. And then the beauty starts to shine. And the gold returns. The golden times. The golden age. The golden us. How beautiful it is. I can feel it now. Everything is going to become golden. And that is what I see in vision. I've been saying that. I saw the trees were starting to turn golden. The sidewalks were starting to become golden. The homes were even looking golden. I did say that already in my previous segments sometime last year. Everything just starts to shine so bright. The stars in the sky have descended. And as we have descended, we're ascending until we stay in that space and hold that space of gold. And there will be no more fussing and fighting. No more sorrow, no more pain, no more illnesses. No more of that. No more negativity and talking of what is what and what is not and who's better than the other and what's better than this and that. This way and that way. Have you ever seen a lassie? Yeah, quite different. I see this all coming, the golden age returning. It can be as far and as close as a breath away. But I tell you this, June 20th, 2016, this is my prediction. There will be some alchemical changes taking place through each and every one of us. There are shifts and changes that are taking place with the planets, and there are shifts and taking place that are within us. It will not be separate based on the time you were born or what year you were born or what sign you were born under. Everyone will be affected. Everyone will be affected, and they're going to start to feel something different within themselves, even if it's a little spark. Something is going to spark off through each and every soul, and it's going to happen. And the earth is going to go through a polar shift as well. It is mid-June. It is also the summer solstice. It is also the full moon. I don't know what the full moon is in and what sign. As I said before, everyone may have been born under a certain time, date, and year, a certain astrological sign. But guess what? We all rule under every sign in different aspects of ourselves. And so all the planets are working together, all of them, even the ones that are missing that you're not aware of. Because there are planets that are still existing that you're not aware of. Because some of the people that do know, they're trying to hide it. Well, it shall no longer be hidden. Everything is being revealed. Everything is coming out in the open, one by one. And they're going to be coming in the drum loads. If you don't start to catch up now, ladies and gentlemen, oh boy, this is going to be such a fun ride. This is what I call the true great adventure. You know, like Six Flags. And it's not going to be a roller coaster ride. No, it's quite simple. I tell you, you're going to feel it. It's almost going to feel like an earthquake within you. You're going to feel so jolted, you know, as I remember I had my episodes of jolting in the bed and shaking and trembling. Oh boy, it's going to be something quite like that. And you're going to be wondering what the heck is going on. Well, what's going on is there's a shakeup. Something that's going to awaken you into your soul. Your soul is ready. The time has come. Things are going to start to come into a flow within you, whether you like it or not. For some, they may not be able to handle it, and they're on their way to wherever they are going to be. And so it's for you to know there will be no more secrets. Nothing shall be hidden any longer. Everything is coming out. You know, remember, whatever is in comes out. It goes in, it comes out. Recycle and cycle, birth and death and rebirth. That's right. The doggone star is also going to show itself as well between now and the end of the month of June. Everything that is coming forth is starting from the planet Sirius, from which I came from. And so I'm receiving that message and that data right now as I speak. There is some documentation that is going to be coming up to the surface that others have not been aware of. I don't know from where it's coming from what country, but there is some specific documentation that's going to be spoken about, and it's going to be coming out that people are going to be aware of. And it's going to shed light to a lot more things. And that is another prediction that I am being told. It's almost like as if it falls out of the sky. But then again, it does. That's what power and knowledge and consciousness does. It comes from somewhere, doesn't it? Well, there you go. And so this is also going to elevate and raise more consciousness on the planet. There is more than what you think, than what you know. Nothing will stop this. No one, no powers, no principalities. The time has come where we will be shifting into the other side, which will be gold. And so we're nearing that time. And that's the reason why I was feeling so low in spirit. It makes a lot of sense. They were trying to have me not remember, but now I remember. And so the polarities now is going to swing to the other side. What polarity, you say? The polarity of wealth. The lack and limitation and not enough consciousness is no longer going to be holding reins onto most of us. The pendulum is swinging to the other side now. And so the energies and the consciousness of wealth is what is coming over to the other side. That's what's happening. I think it's rather marvelous. I think it's quite rather invigorating. I love this. It's a beautiful thing. It has meaning to it for all of us. So pay attention, kiddies. Pay attention. Our loads will start to become light now, and the true wealth returns. It's for you to remember and to feel it and remember you are the gold. You are the light. We are grinding and grinding and grinding, and we have been grinding. And now the diamond is now in the crust. So remember, you are the diamonds. You are the gold. You are the minerals of the earth. Do not ever forget that. We are sparkling now within ourselves. Of course, it's for you to remember. It's for you to tap in and remember. What a great balancing act this is, isn't it? You are coming into union with that part of you that you thought you didn't have, what you thought you weren't. And it's for you to know that. As I said before, you are the gold. And you are the light. You came from the central sun. That power that's within you is more than you realize. You have the ability to bring things forth more than ever before. All you have to do is speak it. Speak it out. Remember that within you. Speak it into your reality. And yes, it may even drop out of the sky right into your backyards. Absolutely. That is how powerful you are. Ini mina mana kata ko tu mina mata bishike tu ribi kan de beketa ne yeto kumra bakanda ba yesu iba. Ini mina chede yata sokuni mi amir papanda la bakite yito iba. Kuni mina mana kata ne mi ate choko solo bia tu shoko tu mina mira komba. Ke amira bakanda ita kan no wa hotu sho ya bire betu tu shelebe. Kumi ne mina mata me anna me yakon no ba. Kuni mina shoko do mera me kata ne mi atomba. Si mi anne ne ke to roma ina me ata da ma ni me kata shoko tu mi mira ba. Ni me me yakon ne ko no ba. Ni me na me anne ne an chung ma an chung dam tin tin anne ne ke tu chung dam ta po kum dam da ni dum no ba mu de mi da do no ba le. Ni ba ni de to chung de ya ti si anne ne ke to no ba tam da da. Ye samde kun na bara be. Chung da ire be ke ti to ba. Na ni me tan to solo be am de to so hiba. Ko me yakon da ita. Ni mi da de be da de ko no ba am de ko tu mi da ma. Ni mi de kan de ke do wa. Sa la ma ai tam tum da be ke ta yi si ani. Tu de be ade ke to so de ke tambra pa to ro bo shlo ba. Ni mi na ma de be ke to du ba se de be ke tam da ro ko so se mi ra ke to ba ra ine ko tu mi ba. Ni ara ni mi ande te kum da ma. Ku am ne ke ta inde ko na bara. Ku ni mi na manda ma kan no ba ma. Du am ba ra ke ta su lo ba. Saludo bakande ya se okupa. Kami de ya ni me amina mo. Padre be kitero uscire, chi salera va.